Well, hello, welcome along to our very first session of the Tyranny of Dragons adventure. So this party of 6 adventurers, they've already been going for about 16 sessions, and they've cleared out the Lost Mines of Phandelver module, and are now ready to face the Wrath of Tiamat and everything that entails. So without any further ado, let's get into it.
How do you know we didn't spend it?
Spend what?
Exactly.
Oh, damn hookers.
Oh, good
Oh,
lord.
well, I mean,
We
it is
are
part
now
of my
recording.
Oh,
good.
was that the first thing?
That's
them
basically
hookers.
the first thing. All them hookers. Hey, it's one of the oldest and most noble professions in the world.
Yeah, support your local sex workers.
Definitely. So,
I want to open a brothel by the coast and call it Boats and Hoes.
Of course you do.
That, Cal, is what we call end of campaign goals. So, let's go along the bottom quickly. Just everyone introduce yourself, refresh each other, and to the whole 10 viewers that this video is going to get. Oscar.
Nice.
I'm playing Oscar Doomfist, the Hildorf Bard of Valor.
Excellent. We also have
I am Calibre Doomfist, and I'm a fire cleric. I'm brother to Oscar and Gotrek Doomfist.
Godrek.
I am Gotrek Doomfist, firstborn of the Doomfist family, and the other 2 brothers of mine. I am a cleric of the Forged Domain, and I am as hard as iron.
We also have our Dragonborn.
Oh. Hello. I am Rogar Grimfrost, Conquest Paladin and Lord of Brinshanda of Icewind Dale.
And following up from him, we have our lovely little winged boy.
That's me. My name is Rory. I am a Protector ASMR, Trickster Cleric, and 1 level of Bard. And I'm very happy to be here.
And rounding
Soon
out
he'll be
the
with you.
party, we have Best Boy. Introduce yourself, Gushnak.
I'm Grishnak, member of the Blood Moon Clan. Big fuck off barbarian.
Says it all, really.
I don't think that's about it.
Okay. Oh, so actually, yeah, I should have mentioned this one while we were chatting before I started recording. So I have given it some thought. Yeah, we're going to drop the complicated +2/+2/+2 rule for ganging up. We're just going to go on straight advantage for flanking.
Cool.
But you do need to be flanking, so it's not just like someone next to you. They need to be on the opposite side. Obviously, that doesn't apply to ranged attacks. If anything, having people all stood around somebody makes it even harder to hit them, but we'll ignore that. What else was it? Yeah, I came up with a new way of ruling nat 20s on skill checks. It's basically going to double your proficiency bonus for that check.
Oh.
So if you're already proficient in the skill, if you've got a good proficiency bonus for that skill, it makes you even better. If you don't have proficiency bonus for that skill, it's not breaking the game. Seems fair. So yeah, we are running various little bits of homebrew and house rules. Some of you might be thinking Fire Domain is not a cleric domain. It's basically light domain, but with a little bit of extra flavour on it. Anyway, enough nattering from me. Let's get back into it. So, thank you for that. So, it's been a little over 2 years and 3 months since you chased the Red Brands from Phandalin, pushed the Cragmore tribe from the region, defeated Nesna, the Black Spider, and put the Wraith of Wave Echo Cave to rest. In that time, Phandalin has prospered. The newly renovated Spellforge has resulted in greatly increased trade coming through the slowly expanding village. Tresendar Manor has been restored and the old wall rebuilt. New houses have sprung up to accommodate the growing population, and the Stonehill Inn now boasts 2 extra floors. Organ's smithy is gradually turning into a small compound, and the Lion Shield Cluster storehouse now resembles more of a warehouse than before. Despite all the changes, it still retains that quaint atmosphere, and the presence of a vigilant Talons hasn't taken away the sense of peace here. In fact, there is a palpable sense of excitement throughout the village this day, as the people gather to celebrate the Midwinter Festival. A large bonfire has been constructed in the village square, and long trestle tables are being set up around the edge. Large pitch-soaked torches are being set around the perimeter to help light and warm the cold winter night. Trelenstone Hill has had the inn's kitchens bustling with activity, and old Tolden is overseeing the unloading of barrels of ale and liquor freshly delivered from Mithril Hall. You find yourself in Tresendar Manor, your reward from the city-state of Neverwinter, waiting in anticipation of the night's revelry, as a young man in form-fitting and very flattering robes makes his way up the packed earth path to the front doors. So,
Back. You guys here? Hello.
let's put you out on the front doors there, Rory. So, everyone, here is Tresendar Manor. I know I talked about potentially drawing out one based on some blueprints I found online.
So pretty.
That was going to become far more work than it needed to be. I looked around online a bit and I found these two pieces. There are 2 floors. I don't know who. I didn't take time to check who drew them because I'm awful. So, you know, give credit to the original artist, whoever the fuck they are. Yeah, take a moment just to familiarize yourself with it. Stick your tokens on the map if you wish. The scale, like scaling the map to the grid, it's not perfect. I think it's about as good as I can get it without it getting weird.
Yeah, I opened the door.
Well, where is the door to the basement?
Ah, yes, the door to the basement's not properly represented on the map. I realised this after choosing it. Basically, if you imagine this staircase here, along the bottom wall on the ground floor,
Yeah.
there's a staircase underneath that will take you down to the basement.
Okay.
Cal, your nameplate's not showing up for some reason.
For some reason it's empty.
Hello, Rory.
Hold on. Douche.
Yeah, it's done that. Let me just fix that quickly while everyone's getting themselves settled.
There we go. Showing up now.
There we go. If it persists, then I'll look at redoing it and fixing that. It's always someone. See, I'm pretty sure Grishnax is fixed now, and it doesn't say half-orc every time he pulls it out. But in return,
That's a bit
shut up.
racist.
Now in return, yours is broken.
Every time he pulls what out.
Yeah, I should have
Exactly.
something really, shouldn't I?
Hey.
I think that took 5 minutes for the first one. That was quite a long time. Well done, Cal.
In my defence, he lined it up. I couldn't let it go. You know, it's
Hashtag
there.
Big Dig Boy.
The cold never bothered you anyway, Scout?
Our goal has to be to turn Big Dick Boy into the next. How do you want to do this?
Doesn't quite work in the same context, though.
It doesn't.
No.
So, Oscar, opening the door. Well, Rory, what does he see before him?
You see Rory devoid of armor. He's wearing his Sunni robes, very form-fitting, very don't want to say provocative, but you can see what's going on. He looks very, very tired. He's panting a little bit. His hair might be a bit messy.
And there's a cart behind him.
There is not a car behind.
No cart.
Oh, you didn't bring the cart back.
As Gotrek might tell you, the wagon.
Gotrek took the.
The wagon is currently deep in a workshop in Waybacker Cave.
Oh, okay.
Oscar,
Hi.
it's lovely.
I just give him a hug.
Who's that? Oh, I'll leave you to it.
Rory, thank you for the mirror. It was wonderful.
I think he has died. You're muted.
He has up
USB
intermission
control.
music.
Technical difficulties. There's always some.
I think the
It's not that
next
it's the resident sound
the next
guy.
fundraiser for presents will be for a headset for Rory.
Our resident sound guy has the most audio issues. It's brilliant. Got too fancy a setup. That's what it is. Oh dear. Everyone else, while Rory is stumbling over his words to Oscar.
Rogar, Rory's back.
Hello.
He's back.
Gotrix is looking for a meal. He's hungry.
There is various food that's been laid out on the large table in this room.
I'm assuming
your
we have
various kitchen
we have
stuff.
like servants and stuff.
You do. You've got a few various members of staff recruited from the village.
How long have we been? How long has this been operational? This house? Is this like our first day? Is this like moving in day?
No, you've been in for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
The three brothers live in the basement.
Yep, obviously there are some bedrooms on the ground floor. There are also several bedrooms on the upper floor. Pick and choose what you want.
I think, if Oscar's calling out, hey, Rory's back, there's going to be a stomping down the corridor, boom, 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 and the doors will fly open. And look at Rory. Big smile. Rory! And go running up and just stop before a hug and then just put my hand on his shoulder, try and control myself. Good to see you.
I go, hey
You are
brother, we should leave
very
them alone.
quiet.
Rory is lost for words.
I am lost. Rogar, it's so good to see you.
You look, I look you up and down in your new outfit. You look, well?
Yes, very well indeed. Yes, you look exactly the same as when I left.
Yes, but I'm wearing my finery, which is not very fine. It's very simple, black, nobleman's clothing.
Yes, I think we describe them as being, they're well made.
Mm-hmm.
They're not overly, it's not particularly loud
Flashy.
clothing. It's not very flashy, no.
Yeah.
It's just a simple silver emblem, of the family emblem of the sword on the needlepoint, embroidered on the front, but beyond that, it's just well made, good material, but not overly elaborate.
Handsome dragon boy.
Very much so.
Big handsome boy.
Yeah.
Right, come in, come in.
Oh yes. I sort of take a look left and right, looking around. Yes, I better.
Godtrek, look who it is. It's Rory. He's come back.
Evening, Rory. Evening, morning. What day is it? What time? I don't know.
The day
Right.
it's the Midwinter Festival.
Why do you look so
Good.
I can't let's go with that.
I'm afraid I left the temple in a bit of a hurry. I didn't have much of a chance to change.
Where's the sword I made for you?
Oh, it's right here. I'll pull out my scarlet saber.
Ah, excellent. Good. You hadn't lost it.
No, of course not. I wouldn't dream of it.
Good.
Oscar comes back in the room with a mouthful of bacon. Nom, nom.
Hi, we got
Nothing's
food
changed here,
following through if you want to follow us, and we'll
Yes, that
show
sounds
you around
wonderful.
the
Are you
place.
celebrating the season?
I believe so. Well, the townspeople are, but
we'll
might.
join
Has
them.
left his
We'll
workshop
join later.
for the first time in about a week. He's a little bit.
I don't know what day it is.
hang off a little bit.
He's a bit of a shut-in nowadays.
Oh, I understand.
It's making weapons for all the townspeople and all that stuff for your
And-
talons.
We really appreciated all your hard work.
I'm glad you do.
I look at Rory and I'm like, he's gone crazy.
Not completely crazy.
Come on,
dog.
Oscar's
let's
like,
go.
It's my first
so
day
good to be
off
back.
after, finishing the walls. Ugh.
Grishnak starts coming up from behind. Rory,
Oh, Grishnak!
I haven't seen you for a while, son.
I gotta give Grishnak a big bro hug.
Is that a dagger?
It's
in
all
your
right.
pocket? Or are you pleased?
It is, yes. No, it's definitely a dagger. I am pleased to see you, though.
Oh, good.
Come on,
it's an interesting
let's-
gap.
Thank you. Yes, it's my my robes from the temple.
You do know I can see your beanbag.
Yes. Well,
Well, the outline.
yes, it's supposed to hint. Anyway, let's not get into it.
How could you see it? Isn't it just a...
I know we've done one shots the last 2 weeks, but I have missed you guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I'm sorry you've been gone for so long. How have you all been? What have I missed?
Well, Godric's just gonna point to Calibray and be like, well, you missed a bit of a party.
You know,
Oh, I.
Calibrate, are you wearing your mask right now?
I am.
What?
Describe your mask
What?
to them.
I've sent a picture of it to Rory, but I don't think he's seen it actually.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I will check.
That's okay. I was going to get you to draw attention to it. So, yes, I has a mask. So, over the last few years, sick of the looks he was getting from the townsfolk, Calibre taken to wearing an executioner's mask he found on his travels.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So obviously everyone had been too polite up until now to bring it up.
I
So
managed to upload that into Dungeoneers, by the way.
oops.
So,
Good mask.
Lovely.
You'll
Hold
see
on.
them asking some interesting questions about what goes on in our group.
Big
alright?
mask boy.
I've deleted the mask from the main channel. I should have known it was that because your picture of you in your Big Dick Boy t-shirt was there.
Exactly.
So
Wow. So you've got a leather gimp mask on.
I told
No.
I told you.
I don't have a gimp mask on. It's an executioner's mask.
That makes Rory a little bit uncomfortable, but he doesn't say it.
So
Just being
Gr-
polite.
Grishnak just sort of whispers to Rogar, I'm glad someone asked him about the mask.
I know. I thought it was a phase.
I hope it still is.
so obviously looking down at the table thinking I've got to eat with you guys and there's no way I can really eat in this mask. I sort of look down. The sort of the shame in my eyes you can behold. There's a level of shame in my eyes. So I take the helmet off,
Oh
and
my
you
god,
guys
is that Jamie
get
Foxx?
a proper look at my face for the first time in a while, and you notice that I've got. Oh, why is it not working? It's not working. Hold on.
I just got the Masked Singer vibe when you said take.
I've got like a drawing of flames.
Ah, yes, there you go. So you notice that basically that is effectively. One second, I've got my daughter being a dick.
Father of the year, everyone.
Sorry, she's walked in, kicked my chair, stood there then shaking her hands, and I said, "What's the matter?" And it really hurt because she kicked my chair. Goodbye, child number one. So yeah, so this this sort of pattern is physically branded onto my face.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I
So-
no longer have a beard.
Oh.
I have no hair. So
Got
the
to be just
shame,
that eating as well. Just like it's nothing to be ashamed of.
the shame element of it is obviously as a dwarf, my beard and my braids
Yeah, of
were
course, it's your point of pride.
absolutely my point of pride. So
Rory makes a note of not staring at you.
yeah,
I
so he
think it
takes
suits you.
Caliber sort of scowls across the table at Rogar. Does anybody else want any of this lovely food before I get stuck in?
Yes, of course, everyone. Let's.
Yeah, I think I'll have some of that. Is that chicken?
That's right.
Let's wrap.
Excellent. I don't mind either or. I haven't eaten in 2 days.
What you talking about, brother? I brought you down food yesterday.
I didn't eat that.
Well, I must admit, I have just come back from a long journey. I am quite hungry.
Everybody's gone crazy.
What else is
I'm
new,
like,
my friend?
so, Rory, how did the sale of items we gave you go?
Oh, that reminds me.
Business.
That actually went really well. I'll reach into my pocket and I'll bring out a fat sack of gold and I'll put it on the table. I managed to get 500 gold for the great sword. And I got 560 for everything else, all the goblets and the statues and everything. So we have 1,060 gold to split.
Where do you keep that sack of gold in that very tight outfit?
Well, you know when Grishnak mentioned about his beanbag earlier?
Yes, in my
Ah,
beanbag.
beanbag.
Oh, that's what it was with his beanbag.
So it's
He has a coin purse.
176 gold and 6 silver a person,
Yeah.
and 6 copper.
As Oscar
How much?
puts away his abacus.
Yeah, 176 gold each if we want to split it, or if you prefer, we can keep it together for petty cash. I don't know. What would you like to do?
This would
We can
1,000
put it in the
gold
group,
petty
right?
cash.
I mean, I do apologize. I do also have a lot more gold that I earned in my time away, so I've become quite desensitized to the concept of wealth.
he really
Must be nice to be desensitized to money.
Sorry, is there something on my face?
I mean, if you want to brag about it, you could always tell him how much you earned while you were away.
He's not trying to brag. He's just trying to be honest.
Yeah, I put the gold in the group loot.
Cool.
So probably a good time to mention now as well, your 12% share in the profits of Wave Echo Cave.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now the
Drum
first
roll.
year didn't really turn a profit.
Oh.
A lot of the money generated had to be put back into the renovations, hiring of staff, paying wages, resources needed to actually get the place going.
I mean, that's typical of a start.
It is typical of a startup.
Ponzi scheme.
Over the last year, it generated its total profits were in the region of 12,000 gold. Your 12% share of that
Nice.
comes to 1,440.
Oh, fuck yeah.
240 gold apiece.
Whether you split that or
Yeah, we're gonna split that.
Okay, do you want to... Oscar, get the abacus out.
I give it.
Hey, how much is that a
240 gold.
piece? I forget.
240.
Oh, lovely.
I'm just going to add that as platinum because there's no way I'm putting that much gold in my bag.
and I
I
think
so
you probably
am.
would have gotten it delivered as platinum, in that kind of quantity.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So 24 platinum.
Small bag of platinum rather
Yeah.
than a massive sack of gold. So
Lovely,
Yeah, rather
sounds
than
good to
a
me.
cart of gold.
basically, Rory, it's chicken feed to you.
Yeah.
Is that
Okay, how
24
much-
platinum each?
Yes.
24 platinum. a
So,
piece.
what about of the gold that Rory got back? Because I didn't hear the breakdown of
That's
that.
in group.
No,
that-
that's in the
loot.
group loot for
That's in
now,
group
just in
loot.
So
case
that's
we need
staying
to
in the
make a
group
big
loot.
spend.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
for now, yeah.
it's
I think we
for
should
if
maybe
someone
say
needs
that's
something, we
cart
have
repairs
something
or
to-
pre-adventure supplies.
You know,
Rainy
when
day
you
fund.
go on long adventures, buy food,
Of course,
Yes,
we have
I
the
like the
upkeep
sounds
of
of
the
that.
mansion to consider.
So for the 12, the money that's been coming in from Wave Echo, has that been slowly trickling in? It's not a lump sum, I take it.
You did get that. You did get that lump sum at the end of the year. When Gundren
Okay.
sat down to do his accounts, you could talk to him, and if you wanted it monthly, obviously you wouldn't. It would be more of a trickle. He felt that you'd probably prefer it, just like, here you go, here's a big chunk of gold to put towards something.
Right.
But it's up to you. If you want it monthly, then that's doable.
Okay.
I'm fine yearly.
I'm 14 platinum goes to the town coffers.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry?
Oh, there's our town coffers handout.
That's 14 platinum of mine, not anyone else's.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just make a note of that. So as you sit around regaling each other of tales of what you've been up to, having yourself a bit of a light dinner before the festivities of the evening are coming. You might want to be saving a bit of space for that, but yeah. If there's any other particular conversations anyone wants to have, any
So,
stuff they want to cover before heading down to the
so
festivities.
Rory, just how much money did you make?
Well, I mean, it depends how you look at it. Over about 2 years, I managed to get into the Musicians Guild in Waterdeep. I made about 1,000 gold from doing performances. I did sell the black spider staff as well. I got another 1,000 gold from that. Those are really the big ticket items, really. I did raise about 3,000 gold to help out the field ward in Waterdeep.
Oh, nice.
But that's obviously been spent on the field ward. I don't have that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You've
it was
been busy.
It was a good 2 years, yes.
Mm.
Sort of I don't know if anyone watched South Park, but you know Tweak when he does his little twitch. When Rory says it's been a good year, he does like a little twitch and looks down at his plate.
Do I notice the twitch?
What's
Yeah.
your passive
He's not trying to hide it.
11. Passive.
Depends how obvious Rory's being, really.
I mean, he's not trying to hide it.
Mm.
He's just not aware that he's twitching.
Take a note for later.
Oh, Oscar, did you changing the subject? Oscar, did you get your wedding present I sent you?
Yes, it's in Craighammer.
Oh,
In
lovely.
Craghammer?
In Craghammer.
Do you mean
Sounds
Mithral
great.
Hall?
Yeah, Mr. Holmes, I bet.
Is Craghammer in Critical Role?
Yeah. it's,
Yeah,
Taboo
my bad.
Raid.
That's yeah.
Oh, another setting.
It's in Mithral Hall.
Lovely. I hope your wife enjoys it. Took me a few weeks to finish.
Oh yeah, she likes it.
How is the missus anyway, Oscar? Oh yeah, you rocked the bed on the wedding.
You what?
Just what I heard going around town.
Krishnak! You can't just say that.
I'm like, you believe that belligerent lie I say staring at Cal?
Well, I don't know if I believe it, but it's definitely funny.
You pissed your
It is
bed.
funny.
I'm like, no, that's Rogar every night.
Yes.
Savage.
Oh,
Ooh.
Sick burn.
I thought your bards was meant to be better at insults.
Oh, no.
I think we'll hold off on the aloe vera for Rogar.
Keep it up, Rogar, and I will mold you into the wall.
You're going to what me with the wall?
I believe he said mold you into the wall.
Keep your hands off me, please. Don't know
And
where
I'll
they're
make Cal pay for it.
probably covered in piss. Anyway. Shall we be what's everybody's plans?
Oh,
Well,
I was gonna go.
thinking of getting pissed.
I was gonna go back to the forge, but if everyone wants to go to the festivities
Trek.
this evening,
This is my first time in Fandolin in 2 years. I demand your presence.
demand my presence.
Demand it.
All right, that's fine.
Godric,
That's fine.
Lovely.
The Lord of Waterdeep has spoken. You must come to the party.
The Lord of
Apparently-
Waterdeep is here, and I
apparently
go into
so.
the table.
Just gonna peer under like, no, he's not. But
I'm like, oh yeah,
okay.
Rogar, forgot. Here's your mini statuette of yourself that I made for everyone. Hands everyone their mini statuette over the 2 years he made for everyone.
Oh, do I have 2 now?
I think this is like the 9th
Nice.
one I've got.
What does it look like?
Gordon,
Is it?
You've just got a little collection of
It's-
statuettes of
it's,
yourself in the workshop, slowly growing.
It's you standing
Just gonna
up
carve underneath.
upright
This is
with your
number
shield
9.
up, and you got Talon over the shield ready to fight. That's what
That's
Rogar
good.
looks like.
Beautiful.
It's wonderful. Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
And Grishnak is him beheading a wolf, the wolf's freaking cunt's head off. That's Grishnak for you.
That's a quote. That's a quote.
That is a quote indeed.
Rory is him looking at himself in a mirror, all in a majestic pose.
Yeah, I'd believe it.
Grishnak is, well, him forging something.
Grishnak.
Well, Godric. And Calibre is his new visage, without the beard and the hair and symbol on his face. And on a little plaque under on where his feet are, it pretty much goes, all shall worship my deity. And that's his deity.
so I look at this and consider whether or not I should throw it back at Oscar.
Oscar, I think you should consider mass producing these and selling them.
I was thinking
Anyway,
about it.
I was thinking tonight could be my first night without the mask back in town. Now that I've got all of my friends back around me,
Yes, of course.
I feel a little more confident that maybe Rory, looking like the Lord of Waterdeep that he is, will take a little bit of attention off my face.
I'm like, oh, Cal, I forgot to give you the second one. I hand you one of Chewy.
Aww.
That's nice.
Cal, you haven't actually
Chewy
seen
with,
Chewy for a
with
couple of days.
With a Calibre with the mask on, petting Chewy.
He's around here somewhere, but he seems to be taking his time settling into the manor itself.
Is it like Archer with the ocelot in the big room?
A little bit, yeah. Just hear this faint howl from the distance.
Okay, so
Cool.
I'm like, oh yeah, Rory, this is new. I show you my new axe that Gotrek made me.
Ooh,
My mithril axe.
it's lovely, Oscar. To Rory, it probably just looks exactly like your old one. Yes,
I
it's
never
very
had
nice,
a
Oscar.
battle axe before.
It's quite
The design
Oh,
is
really?
different.
Actually, yeah, Gotrek.
He definitely pays attention.
So the haft is very kind of fluid, to be very kind of almost like for all like the fancy moves for dueling, and the axe head is actually kind of flipped around, so it's kind of, do you know, a Skyrim Nordic axe is
Yes, I know.
where it goes down and then curves up to a point. So it's very different to it's different to a normal dwarven axe design.
So it's not as bulky. It doesn't look quite so heavy as your standard dwarven battle axe. And there's a slight curve to the haft as well that suggests that it's lends itself to more flourishes rather than heavy two-handed swings.
Ah, a true bard's weapon.
Aye, it's quite fancy. Don't want to make any more like it. It's horrible.
It offends your dwarven sensibilities.
Aye, it was fun to craft, but then it was just I tried so much with it, and it's just I did make this though. I'm just gonna run down, just probably gone for about 20 minutes. Then she comes back. I made this, and I'm just gonna produce my new hammer. This took a while, about 3 weeks.
You go to kind of gently place it on the table, but kind of the exuberance within you kind of give it a bit of a gentle slam onto the table, which creaks and just cracks a little bit under where you slammed it. Little
But it's
crackles of lightning arcing off of it.
Oh God!
Aye,
That's heavy duty.
3 weeks.
Gotrek.
3 weeks. It was well worth it.
I'm like, hey, Rory, your robes are a little dirty. Let me clean that for you. Prestidigitation.
They're quite clean. Thank you very much. They're actually impeccable. If I turn up to that temple with a stain on these robes, they will lynch me.
Well, you just ate food, so I'm
Just
cleaning
gonna
it.
store the hammer away.
Your robes are quite clean, Rory, but your hair is it's a little bit...
Oh dear God.
You came straight from Neverwinter. So there's still
Yeah.
that kind of sea spray, sea salts, kind of wind-blown wildness to your hair.
I clean your hair for you.
Why did you come to us in such a rush then, Rory? It's been, what, 2 years, I think? Maybe a bit less of a time?
About 2 years and 3 months.
Aye, since we last saw you. Why come back so rushed and haggard? Oh, is it that
Honestly, it was just, it had been so long since I see you. I found a letter that Rogar wrote to me, and it just made me miss you all so much. I had to come back.
bad? Oh, that's fair. That's nice.
as that's a nat 20, I'm guessing I don't get to roll for perception.
You mean insight?
Let him if he wants to.
I'm gonna say no, because you would expect a perception to come from your friend, and no way is your passive anywhere near close enough.
This is the first time he's lied to you guys.
Exactly. He would be bad at it.
Well, not according to that roll.
Rhaegar's going to stand up and, well, good to have you back, Rory. I have a few preparations to make in town for the feast. I shall see everyone down in the town square later. Yes.
Aye, you shall.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm gonna go do some quick work in the forge, tidy it all up, and then I'll head down myself.
So you talked about your personal forge in the basement, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to be sure you weren't talking about going back to Wayback Cave, because that's a day's travel.
The bat cave. Have we got a bat cave? Is that what?
No, that's my cave. No one goes in there. Gotrek cave.
Dwarf cave.
Before I
I'm
leave-
like, that's wrong, Gotrek. I have to go in there to give you food every so often.
Before I leave, I just put my hand on Rory's shoulder and lean in, try to whisper. It's like, if you want to discuss the matter, then just come find me. And I just leave. Oh, no, that's the wrong way. I'm going into.
You're right, guys. Into a closet. It comes back out 2 seconds later. That's not the way out.
Oh, it's just a lot of coats in there. That's the wrong way.
So, Rogar, where are you
I
heading?
peek in and go, come in, Rogar.
I'm just going to head down into town, see if Toblin or anyone needs any help with anything, any setting up. And if not, I'll just go to the Town Master's Hall.
Okay. What is everyone else doing? Obviously, Gotrek, you're going down to tinker in the forge just for a little bit before.
I am just tidying up, actually. Just tidying up before.
I'm currently going to the town center to see if the materials have arrived yet for some things I plan on working on in there. Some stone materials.
I am going to check on the gang and see if the meat and everything's prepared for the festival later tonight.
Absolutely.
The other hunters.
Rory and Cal. What are you up
So
to?
do I have a room or?
Hey, we got.
We've plenty of rooms. I can walk you around, and you can pick one of the spares if you like.
Oh, that'd be lovely, Cal. Thank you.
Do you want to be on the ground floor, or do you want to be on the second floor, first floor? Confused.
The first floor would be lovely, I think.
Okay, so we off we go. Whoop.
Yes.
Miraculously appearing
Boink.
upstairs here. So I'm pretty sure you can pick any room up here. Obviously not in the main quarters where there's a bunch of recruits sleeping, but pretty much anything on the north wall. So any of the rooms in front of you, they're available.
Lovely. Did it? Brown, I hate it. Not
Are you
bad.
picking the right colours?
This one. That one.
That is Rory's room. I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, boy.
Rory's room.
Rory's
So
room.
knowing he's going to be eating a lot later, Cal sort
There
of
we go.
thinks that
I
it'll
wrote
be
an
like
R on it.
the rest room.
That'll do for now.
Clean up.
I put an R on your room for you, Rory.
Are you in the
thank
shitter,
you.
Cal?
I'm just giving my hands a washing.
No, it's
You
a
know,
washroom. It's not a toilet.
giving my
It's
face
a
a
clean.
simple basin for water.
So just making sure that I'm nice and clean later for handling all of the foodstuffs.
Who's this messy fucker in the corner?
It's a good question.
Rory makes a list of like band posters and shit that he wants for his room.
Do we have like
Needs a
list
big vanity
of-
mirror on the desk.
or anything like that?
A what?
Where is the toilet? Or the outhouse? Or
Yeah, Django. Is there a toilet on this map?
Ground floor.
Use nature's toilet outside.
So all
Nature's
these rooms.
toilet.
Well, I mean, I kind of expect that Grishnak probably just goes outside and pisses against the wall, to be honest.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking for our guests.
Shit's in the woods like a bear.
Quite literally.
So are you happy with your room then, Rory?
Yes, this is lovely. I must say the manor looks a lot different to the last time we were here and killed a bunch of people.
The blood cleaned up really well.
It really did, yes.
Yeah.
I'll
You should
always
see
remember.
downstairs.
Oh, Rory, the last
You
time
should
you
see
were
the
here,
basement.
the two upstairs.
Oh, the basement?
Upstairs floors weren't even there. It was just
Oh,
the
wow,
basement,
okay.
wasn't it?
Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's just the basement
Yeah,
before.
it's the
Yeah.
foundation.
All of this is
Nice.
newly rebuilt.
So this is us. This is where we operate.
This is our base of operations.
It's the Crimson Blade Manor now.
Brother Dearest spends his days and nights forging away.
Oh, that doesn't sound healthy.
Well, he's a little obsessed.
I'll need to have a chat with him.
He's currently making armor for Chewie.
For your wolf.
Yeah, he's got to the point that he's got nothing better to do.
That is
So
that's an amazing idea. Why did we ever think of that?
I know, hey, but he ran out of things to do, so I gave him that project so he didn't burn the manor down. Ironically, considering I'm the one that normally burns things down. Apart from that one inn that you set fire to.
I was hoping you were gonna. Let's move on. Just walk past him.
Shall we see if Gottrek's ready and we'll go into town?
Yes, that's a good idea.
I went a little bit Welsh a little while there. Sorry, guys.
It's the Rock Seeker and you coming out.
At least the Rock Seekers want me. So
Talk about fucking daddy issues.
Hey, in we go. More granddaddy issues. So I stand at the top of the stairs, not wanting to go downstairs just yet. Godrek, are you ready?
I'm coming.
You washed up?
Just like a teenager in his room.
Oh God! As Gotrek kind of just gets himself up, he has his new hammer by his side. As you see him, he's got a short-sleeved shirt on. It's nice and presentable with braces on, and he actually has new tattoos up both of his arms. Rory, do you read Dwarven script?
He doesn't read Dwarven script.
Doesn't.
Only the runes that you've taught.
Okay, so you just see Dwarven runes up both of his arms.
Cool.
But the tattooist wasn't dwarven, so he wrote Coca-Cola and number 7 with fried
And
rice.
lettuce. Oh my God.
No, I know what it says. I read
It
Dwarven.
wouldn't work that way around because even if the tattooist didn't, Gortrick would.
Yeah.
Too
I'm
late.
sure the tattooist would get away with it.
No, it wouldn't. It would not.
A kid.
You get too much.
So,
Before we go,
Yep.
I would like to put Dragon Guard on over my fancy robes
okay.
because it's a breastplate, so I can get my arms through in that.
You go and fetch out the rather ornate. It looks golden. You're pretty sure it's not made of gold. It's not nearly heavy enough to be made of gold, and too sturdy. It's probably more gold plated. But you go and fetch the rather ornate breastplate with the dragon's head sculpted on the front. Fit that on.
Wait, are we going in armed?
Well, you're taking your.
Well,
bloody
to be honest, Gotcha,
I know, but this is just safety. But why is
this
he
is
going?
for safety.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while since I've had my arm. In
Oh,
fact,
okay.
I took it off the day I returned home, and it's the first time I've had it on since.
Still looks
That
just
was
as
a
good.
mistake.
Oh,
Shall we go?
aye, let's go.
So as you'll head down to the village centre in small groups here and there. We don't actually have a Fanland map, so let's go back to the landing page.
Yay!
Pretty.
As we cut, Gottrik's gonna put a hand on Caleb's shoulder and it's like, "It's gonna be all right, brother. I'm here just."
I think I've got it under control. I'm pretty sure that, as grandfather used to say to us, sticks and stones.
Aye, they fucking hurt.
So Rogar, you arrive first in Village Square. You kind of do a little lap, make sure everything's as it should be, that everything's going to plan. Tolbin does give you like a nod, a little kind of friendly gesture as you pass him. He's still busy unloading, not personally unloading, he's a little bit too old and portly for that, but he's overseeing some of the youngsters unloading various barrels, bringing stuff out of the tavern, getting it set up, ready to go. There's people dashing in and out of the tavern with various trays and large pots of food. The general setup continues as you kind of walk around the square. Callista is she's in her armor, gives you a nod.
Recruit.
Sir? We're all,
Everything going well?
Yes, everything's fine. Just a few of us thought, well, might be a party and all, but probably best to have a few of us on duty, just in case.
Callista, I want to make sure that you have at least a little bit of fun tonight. You are doing remarkably well.
Well, it's good of you to say so, sir. Ivan's going to be taking over the watch later, so I'll have some time off duty.
Good. Have you seen Teldor anywhere?
In the last little bit, but I think I saw him chatting with Janshai and Gorman earlier. I was over by the tavern, but that was about half an hour ago.
Okay. Thank you, Callista. Say hello to your mother if you see her.
I will. Good evening, sir. She kind of raises her hand to the brow of her helmet, picks up a spear, and carries on her little kind of loose, casual patrol around the village square. You looking around, you notice that a couple of others are on, as well as young Nikolai's out. You see Will, he's also in his gear, and Cole.
I made sure to give each of them like a nod, like a good job nod, nice one, and then I'll get stuck in like seeing if anyone needs any help moving barrels or some shit like that.
Yeah, you kind of push your sleeves up and go and help some of the folk rushing in and out of the tavern. Grishnak, as you head into town, you actually find, as you head towards the Stonehill Inn, Doran is leaning against one of the posts at the front. He's got his pipe, kind of lazily taking a puff, and looks up as you approach. There you go, Grishnak. Ready for the festivities?
Oh, you know it, mate. I can't wait to get shit-faced tonight.
Yeah, well, no prizes guessing who's got to keep an eye on you. Let's try and keep all your lunch in your stomach this time, all right?
All right, that was a one-off that time.
Yeah, a one-off and a bloody lot of it too. Come
Hey.
on. Jesse and Chester are inside.
Oh, nice one. Did we get all the cured meat then?
Oh yeah, no, Vasta's still seeing to that one.
Good, yeah.
Those deer from yesterday, get them skinned and ready.
Nice. Yeah, should be a nice treat to have with our beer.
Good stuff. Should we join them?
Let's go for it.
So you head inside with Doran. Jesse and Chester, they're already sat at a table. They kind of look up as you come in, kind of get a little bit of a cheer. Jesse goes over the bar, get a few more drinks in. After a little while, Robin arrives, as well as Nils. Vasto's still busy overseeing, making sure everything's ready for tonight. Oscar, you head down to the village centre. Anyone particularly looking for? There hasn't been any deliveries, not today. Everything that's come in today has been either food or drink for the night's festivities.
All right. Yeah, I'll just help out where's needed.
There are some minstrels that have come in for the night. They're getting themselves set up inside the tavern.
I'll go help them with that.
So Gortrick, Cal, and Rory, as you reach the village centre last. Cal, you are getting a few looks, a few glances, a little bit of. People recognise you, but there is that moment, that kind of second of doubt before the recognition kicks in. And a few of them do look a little bit shocked. There's a few small gasps, but no one reacts negatively towards you.
I just give people a little sort of nod and a wave and a hey, and then carry on walking.
Is there no particularly heading, or you just heading to the bar?
Heading to the bar because the slight attention is giving me ever so slight anxiety, so I need a drink.
So, as you enter the tavern, Rory, a lot of this is quite new to you, having been away for so long. As you enter the tavern, you look around and see that Grishnak sat at one of the tables, one of the large round tables, with some of the villagers sat with him. They're all wearing kind of hunter's leathers, kind of talking loudly, laughing. You notice that one of the people sat with them it takes you a moment to recognise him. He seems familiar, you can't place him, and then it strikes you. This is Doran, this is one of the Red Brands who had surrendered to you and been cooperative in helping you deal with the rest of them those 2 years ago. And you see he sat next to Grishnak, and there seems to be quite he looks very relaxed. He's laughing and joking with the rest of them. Grishnak's been quite pally with him. It seems...
That makes me really happy.
Look around as Oscar is amusing the minstrels with the tale of the cowardly green dragon Venomfang, of how you routed him from his lair in the ruined Mage's Tower at Thundertree, and how Gortrek and Cal, with their blazing bolts of radiant energy, driving him away.
No mention of me then.
Cal sort of just gives a knowing nod, regards the story, and makes his way over to the bar, offering everyone in the bar a drink.
Tolbin's not at the bar at the moment. He's still outside getting everything organised. But one of the young waiting staff, Elsa, is behind the bar at the moment. She kind of looks up as you come in and go, "Oh, Master Cal, I didn't recognise you for a second there. It's well, I must say that's a rather bold look. I guess you felt you were going to one up old Gortrek's tattoos, I suppose." There's not a hint of malice in her. I think you get a sense she really is just trying to be polite and friendly.
Yeah, mine was done before him. If anything, he's trying to one up me. Only
of course, brother, you are so
hadn't
hard.
got the heart or the balls to get it on his face.
She chuckles. Well, you certainly are a bit more a bit more hardcore than he is. No offence, Master Gortrek.
Yeah, it's well known. It's written.
Aye, none taken. None taken.
So, turning to the bar, dwarven brandies all round.
Of course, sir. Of course.
I'll go for that.
Starts filling up some mugs. Not so much pint mugs, but kind of smaller tumblers.
If I remember correctly, Rory, you couldn't handle this much when we saw you last. Do you reckon you can give it another try and stay standing? As Gotrek hands him the glass.
Rory takes it and slams it back immediately.
You know what's coming next?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Sorry, did you hear what?
Sorry. I'm just thinking because of all the galas that he's been attending. I suppose he has been drinking.
Yes,
Still
no, that's
gonna
fair.
do.
That's fair. It is
Yeah,
dwarven
I still want
brandy.
to do it though.
Let's see. So you slam it back in one, and there's that immediate moment, that kind of choke, slight cough. It's strong. It really hits the surface, and your stomach kind of turn a little bit.
Oh.
Strong liquor hits it, but
I've been on.
You blink a couple of times, your eyes water.
That's good. You've improved. You're still standing.
Yeah, I did get a bit used to wine, I'm afraid. I forgot about brandy.
Oh.
I'm sure I'll get used to it.
The important thing is, Rory, you don't vomit everywhere.
Aye.
Oh yeah.
Gotrek
That's
just
an
next to his
improvement.
one.
Elsa kind of winks and smiles. Should I leave the bottle?
Aye, I think that'd be best.
And leaves the bottle on the bar and goes to serve some of the other villagers who have come in.
I take a shy slam back a shot too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oscar kind
So-
of walks up into the middle,
Dwarven
grabs the
shot.
bottle and starts pouring himself one, while Rory's using Rory's glass, pours himself a shot while Rory's stood there still kind of getting his breath back.
Buoyed by everyone's eagerness to get absolutely slammed, I join in with the throwing back of ridiculously strong drinks.
It's only one dwarven-sized shot.
Aye, but we've got the bottle.
No, a dwarf measure is like 45 milliliters, don't you know?
Yeah, dwarf measure is actually bigger than your standard human measure. None of you.
It's like the Irish.
None of your London.
But we're
sizes.
used to it as we're dwarves.
You are used to it, and it goes down quite smoothly.
And then go back to practice with the bards.
Oh,
But I'm going to be joining them for the show tonight. I need to.
yeah. I'm saying "oh" in a nice way. Glad you got
Rogar,
friends.
as you're helping outside Rogar with carrying of barrels and setting up of tables, of preparing torches, hopefully the bonfire be constructed. After a while, Tresendar does stroll up. He's in his civvies, but he does have has like a long bladed knife at his belt. You right there, Rogar? How goes it?
It goes well, Tresendar. You're not on duty this evening?
We drew straws. The young one's lost.
Hmm.
Well, there's got to be,
Well,
some perks to age, surely.
indeed. I will require you to go and put on your uniform, though.
Yeah,
I need you for something.
fair enough. You know me, Rogar. He pats the blade. There's no such thing as off duty.
Yes, I pat Talon as well. And just before he goes, I just call out, just make sure you look your best, please.
Yeah, all right. For you, Rogar. Saunters off again. Calls back as he goes, I don't suppose a couple of drinks will be out of the question, though, eh?
Definitely not.
Excellent. And he goes off to back to his quarters. So, as the evening wears on, sun goes down, the festivities kick into full swing. Bonfire blazes lighting up the night, and wherever you look, the citizens are deep in mirth and joy. And drink. The special tables are now groaning under the weight of large pots of stew and platters of baked potatoes. Set up nearby are several large spits turning pork and venison over open fires. Music rings out from all corners. A group of minstrels are in full swing inside the Stonehill Inn, Oscar amongst them. And in one corner
With
of the
my
square,
metal bagpipes.
a wandering gnome shows off a bizarre contraption. A small wagon with the side down, revealing a clockwork artifice that seems equal parts puppet show and brass band combined. Many of the village's children are enraptured. Young Carp and Ezra amongst the many. Even Gottric's gnomish apprentice, Renana Tarkleby, she's fascinated by the craftsmanship, just can't help but stare, wondering just how does this thing work, how's it been put together. Tresendar does return shortly before things commence in earnest, with chain shirt, simple pot helmet, switched out his long-handled knife for his long sword and shield. And kind of heads over straight to you, Rogar. So, what was this business you've mentioned? Is this something on the down low, or are we just keeping
No, it's nothing. I will go about your duties. I will call upon you when I need you.
Fair enough. I'll go link up with Callista and make sure we've got everyone. Yeah, just covering the space. Kind of goes to leave and turns back. You're not anticipating anything, are you?
I just give him a little bit of a wry smile. Always, my friend.
You're paranoid, Rogar.
Ah,
Fair
don't
enough.
want any more bandits coming out of somewhere.
Yeah, you know what they're like.
Real fuckers.
Tresendar heads
Go
over.
about your business.
You see him as he crosses the square and meets up with Callista as she's doing her rounds, has a quick chat with her, there's a bit of pointing around. He goes over and calls over a couple of others, Cole and Sophia, start talking to them as Callista heads over, talks to Will and some of the others whose names you haven't quite learned yet, but they split up and they seem to be doing kind of a loose circle around town square, occasionally one of them going off down some of the back roads for turning up again like 15 minutes later, just going around, looking around houses, making sure everything's above board.
I do go in and grab Oscar and ask him if he can politely clean my clothes like he did for Rory earlier.
At
I
that
think I'm a
point,
bit sweaty.
pipes,
You do have to
some
wait a moment
musical
for
notes come out
Oscar
of
to
them
finish a
as
bagpipe
your
solo.
clothes gets cleaned.
I'm like, sometimes, Oscar, you'll never cease to amaze me.
World's first bagpipe cleaning service.
Oh yeah.
So, are you guys, Cal, Gotrek, Rory, you guys staying by the bar?
Yeah, I'll go over by where Grishnak is. Just
Yeah.
sit with them.
I take the bottle of brandy off the bar and go and place it on the table. Bring the cups over with me.
So sitting down. No, go ahead.
Just Rory will probably leave, try and find people, see if maybe Sister Gabrielle's about. I don't know.
Okay. So Gotrek and Cal, you join Grishnak at the table, and Gotrek, you've not particularly socialised all that much with the people of Phandalin. You've been very busy over the last few months, over the year and a bit since you returned from Little Horn of Fat. But you know, you take a moment to listen, and you get you quickly pick up that these other people are hunters who work with Grishnak. You are a little surprised when you notice Doran, a former Red Brand, now turned hunter, sat next to Grishnak, joking, laughing. The others you are introduced to, there is Vasto, Chester, there is Nils, and then the two ladies of the group, Jessie and Robin. And they're telling tales mostly of catches that got away, boasting over who brought down the biggest deer for the festival, who brings in the finest pelts. I suppose anything else you wanted to be bantering about, Grishnak?
Yeah, I'll just I notice them both sit down and stand to go. Bloody hell, I think this is the longest you've been above ground, isn't it, Gotrek?
I think it might be in these last 6. No, wait, longer. Maybe a year. I'm just going to check back another shot. I tell you what, there's something about being here above ground. I've missed it.
Yeah, it's probably the booze.
Or the sun.
I know the booze tastes the same wherever I drink it, but it's just, I don't know. The sun's not really that good anyway. Just makes my skin itch. But still, it's nice socializing again.
It is.
What you've been working on? Anything good?
Obviously, my hammer here, prize.
Yeah, so
That we're being careful with, right?
It is quite a surprise if need be. I can create some festivital jive with it.
I'm sorry?
You know, like fun stuff.
Jive.
I think, isn't that what the kids call it now?
That's a dance, I believe.
I don't know. Is it? What is it? I'm just going to look at. Is it? I don't know.
Rory demonstrates the hand drive.
Oh, okay. Maybe not that. Maybe it's entertainment. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
New weapons for everyone. New armor for myself and everyone else. Help rebuild the manor. Pretty much been quite busy. Got some new goats and got some. Replaced the oxen for the cart.
Oh, lovely. How are the oxen, by the way?
Well, they replaced them. What does that tell you?
They're in a better place now. Don't worry about that. They're not dead, I don't think. I don't know. I just gave them to the villagers, and that was it. Yeah, so we've got giant boars for the wagon now, and oh, you should see that sight of it. It's turning into quite the monstrosity.
Oh, lovely. I can't wait to see it.
There's some plans to make some interesting things for it. That's secret.
Is at that moment you do, looking around Gotrek, you see a young gnomish lady walking away from the bar. And as she spots you, she kind of lets out a little squeak, a little jump of surprise. Oh,
Hey!
Master Gotrek, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I'm not shirking. I just thought, well, what with everyone coming out, I thought I could maybe take the night off and join in.
Of course, Renala. Of course, do whatever. Drink to your heart's content, but make sure you're back maybe tomorrow or the day after. Not too bothered.
Of course.
Enjoy.
I don't plan on getting drunk or nothing.
Cal pours a beaker of dwarven whiskey and hands it over. There you go.
Aye, lass, this is probably going to be
our
a
family
bit strong.
to
She's
yours.
very. This makes me really nervous. She's so small.
She is. Yeah. She's very slight. Small lady. She's got pushed up on her brow. She's got like a set of those almost like jeweler's goggles that have the various different lenses and sizes, and hanging from her. She's wearing like a work apron hanging from her belt, or a pair of thick leather gloves. But she takes the glass and kind of sniffs at it, looks at it, and then just knocks it back in one. Hi. Well, do you mind if I join you then?
Aye, not at all.
So
introductions.
she's fine.
Aye,
She seems
introductions, I
absolutely
believe.
Oh fuck me. Okay.
fine. Kind of sits down.
It's
Yeah.
because
Rory's
she's
constitution is
my
lower than a
apprentice. It is.
Of
'cause
course,
she
she's
is
just like you,
Godric's-
Kotrek. She's just like you.
She's rock solid.
Well, that was
Lovely.
impressive.
Aye, this is Renala. She is my apprentice. I have taken her under my wing.
Hey, pleasure
I don't
to
think we've met properly.
Aye, no, probably not.
She kind of has to. You're sat on the other side of the table to a Grishnek, so like she goes to reach out, but then has to kind of climb up onto the table and reach across it to shake your hand.
Grishnak.
We've been working. Well, I've mostly been shut up over at Wave Echo Cave. Been working on some projects for Master Gotrek. I don't get out much, which is why my accent's all over the place.
Oh,
I will need that. Have that looked at. I think.
yes, it's a spell. I believe it's common side effect of some common magical.
Aye, it's probably the fumes from the forge.
I'd say so. But work's going well on the wagon, my lord. Seems some good progress. I think it should be ready soon.
Who are you addressing as my lord?
You, my lord.
What? No, I'm just.
He's Gotrek.
I'm just Gotrek. I'm just Master Gotrek or that. I don't really care about Lord or whatever crap.
If you say so, my lord.
Just gonna grab the bottle quick and just gonna have a massive swig like. Oh.
I look at her and I just go, I like you.
And I sort of look over to Gotrek and careful, my lord. You've not drank for 3 weeks.
That's probably true. No, wait, no. I don't know. Maybe 3 weeks.
Gotrek, how long do you think I've been gone?
So it's the winter festival. You left in the spring.
No, you left in the autumn. Right.
Was
the
it?
End of autumn.
Autumn. 3 months.
It's been over 2 years, my friend.
Aye, like I said, it's been a while. I got back to Mithril Hall, done some crazy shit there, got some goats that came back, and been busy ever since. And what you got to remember is time's a bit different for dwarf folk. I mean, what? I'm 127 now. Would it? Aye, that would actually be right. 127. Still got at least another 300 years, maybe.
Yeah, you would be.
At least if I'm lucky. It'd be like my grandfather. Our grandfather, sorry.
If you're lucky.
Aye, if I'm lucky. I don't know. Grandfather's held in there for what? Almost 400 years?
I'm gonna go find Rogar.
Alright, have a good time.
I'll bring him back. We should all be together.
I just
Okay.
cleaned them.
Oh, good to know.
Oh, it's
Bye.
so nice for you,
Just
Rory.
clean them.
Ronaldo gives you a big look at that Oscar, just like, you just what?
Oh, he asked me to do prestidigitation on him, so I did.
Oscar, that's the funniest thing you've said ever.
Yeah,
Hey, Oscar.
It was
Did you
meant
cast-
to be taken weird.
Did you cast prestidigitation on your bed sheets on your wedding night?
No, I had to do that on cows.
Make your mind up, brother. I wasn't even there. You said so yourself.
I know.
So, Rory, you're going outside to find Rogar,
Yeah, boy.
leaving the awkward scene between the two brothers.
As always.
Rogar, where are you to be found at the moment?
Is the the festival? It's Midwinter Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it kind of in full flow? Are people eating and shit like that?
Yeah, no, it's a peak at the moment, I'd say.
Right,
A lot of drunk people stumbling around.
I think I'd probably be. I think I'd just be at the end of a table, kind of tankard in hand, talking to one of the Talons about something, but an off-duty one.
Yeah.
I look very relaxed.
Vi's off duty at the moment.
Vi, talking to Vi, asking him, prying about if Gorman's been back around to his mum's house.
Her mum's house.
Yeah, her mum's house.
Oh, well, you know, he comes and goes.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
I keep an eye on him. He doesn't seem to
Good.
be any, you know, funny intense. And Ezra likes
Good.
him well enough.
Yes, I'm sure he's fine. I must admit, I have a soft spot for your mother. She was one of the first people I really spoke to and got to know in town. I just want to make sure she's okay.
I'll be honest, my lord. After everything that happened, I think that pretty much everyone's got a bit of a soft spot for my mother.
She's a wonderful woman.
She's very strong.
Indeed.
She's been through a lot.
Well, good to talk to you, Vi. I'll speak to you later. I guess I turn around and see Rory approaching. Maybe. Rory!
Yeah. Is there any wine in the area?
We can find you some wine, and I.
Oh no, I'm not asking.
Oh.
Go on, yeah, cool.
I just click, and I'm like, wine, to someone. Just someone bring wine.
To the air.
Yeah.
Wine.
So one of the people further down the table kind of shuffles and gets up, wanders over to one of the tables outside the front of the tavern and picks up a large clay pot, jug rather than pot, sorry. And kind of ambles back over with that, lays the earthenware jug before you.
I offer my golden chalice.
Thank you. Oh, Rory. What has happened to you? You
Hey,
are
Rogar,
so.
the thing you need to realize about Sunites is that they peer pressure you into drinking and having a good time.
Peer pressure. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Well, you look well, at least.
You do as well, my friend. It's good to see you.
You too. It has been too long. I've been trying to get away and maybe visit you, but the affairs of state are taxing.
Of course, yes, I understand. Well, I think I'm back to stay. I have no plans to return to Waterdeep, so it's back to how it used to be.
Yes, no plans to return. But you're having such a
Well, no.
good time there, obviously.
I was having a good time. It turns out that not everyone having a good time.
Yeah, I missed that last bit.
Not everyone thought that I was doing the right thing. So
Ah,
it's best for me to stay away for a while.
with all your charitable actions, do you mean?
Rogar, you remember conversation?
Yes.
It it wouldn't do well to speak about it out loud.
Of course.
Because I think doing that is why I cannot return. So just for now, let's just forget about it. Okay?
Ah, you've been talking to the wrong people. Asking the wrong
Maybe.
questions. I told you. Well, we'll talk about it another time then. Tonight is for drinking and for laughing.
Just give a little smile at that.
Come, slap you on the back and push you.
Yes. No, I've been going to the gym as well. Very self-conscious.
I kind of start clapping my hands. I'm like, music? Is there music outside?
Yep. There's minstrels performing inside the inn, but there's also a few that have set up out more on the other side of the bonfire. A few people. No, go ahead.
I just kind of clap my hands and I'm like, come, something jovial, something we can dance to. Come.
Oh
the minstrels, they kind of stop the what kind of background music that they're in the middle of and strike up a little bit of a jauntier tune.
And I start doing my best jig at Rory. Like, come on, shake those cobwebs out.
You are a skilled dancer.
I am.
Such things literally flow within your blood.
I rise elegantly with my feet, still holding the golden chalice of wine in moist hand.
Watching Rogar, do me a performance check, Rogar.
Yeah, I can imagine this is going to be real good.
For shits and giggles.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Oh!
Well, Rory, this is some of the best damn dad dancing you've ever seen.
Wow! Rogar, you've learned so much while I've been away.
These people have a lot to teach.
They do indeed.
I'm trying to pull people in from the crowd. Like, come on, everyone, get in and dance.
I get up and dance. I do some of my Lyra dance moves.
Following your example, many of the villagers who are kind of stood around drinking, chatting, laughing, come and begin to dance. You see a few of the youngsters from the village, so for some of the younger, older teens, grabbing the hand of people who maybe they've had their eye on for a while and using it as an excuse for a bit of closeness. You see some of the older people of the village, a bit more drunk, a bit more in their cups at this point, having a chuckle. So, come on, let's go for it. It's be a laugh. And they go and throw themselves into some rather awkward drunken dancing.
Can I thaumaturgy my voice into the tavern? Hey, just like the real party's outside. Come on, you miserable gets.
Oscar will go outside and do the road.
That's doing the what?
Lovely.
Do the robot.
Doing the robot.
What's up?
Don't you mean?
Well, in the Warforged. He's doing the construct.
Yeah,
do the construct. Do the construct.
Do the goal. Do the Warforged.
I was going to say it's the Warforged.
I think when that's in, I will slowly back away and just
going a bit robotic there, buddy. I think that might be my internet.
Oh.
I just went a little bit robotic. So it's probably
everything's gone a little bit robot.
Probably my girlfriend uploaded to TikTok. It might sort itself out in a second. If it doesn't, I'll just disconnect, reconnect, see if it sorts it. Can you hear me all right?
Yep. Said, no, you got to dance. You can respond to his message.
I respond with, are you challenging me, dwarf?
I'm like, you can't handle my sexy moves.
I begin to try and do a ridiculous dance at Oscar.
I respond by doing the tango back.
While this is going on, Krishna exits the inn and then just pops his head back in. Hey, boys, we got a dance off out here.
You can't be serious.
Oh, I'm serious.
I'm just going to sort her on out. Oh,
It's only your fucking brother and Rogar. Just throwing shapes.
I think I'm just going to turn back around and head straight back into the inn. I'll need a keg of ale now, please. Thank you very
Make that
much.
2 kegs.
Two kegs.
Looks surprised, but I was like, okay then, my lord, if that's what you need.
Throw her a platinum piece, but that'll cover it for the night, I think. Keep him coming.
So do we need to do a performance check off?
I'm very tempted to go with the ones you've just done. Okay. Do an overall. We'll count the 2 that you've already done, but we'll do an overall best of 3. So if you both do 2 more.
Can I do it as
Hey!
well?
All
Oh
over. Too much wine.
Oh, so that's yeah.
Oscar.
Rogar, you make a good effort, but halfway through a dance, you do get to a point where you start thinking about what you're doing, and that is the worst thing you can do when you're dancing.
Oh no.
And suddenly you find yourself kind of doing this awkward sidestep, kind of pointy fingers going,
It's the David Brent dance.
Essentially, yeah. You start representing it, and a few people nearby stop to watch, and you think, yeah, I'm doing good here. I'm doing good.
All of a
That's
sudden he
not
does
why they're stopping
dubstep.
to watch.
Uh,
And you do get the sense
Okay,
that overall that Oscar probably just edged you out. Only just.
I slap him on the back and I'm like, "You are a good dancer." Ha!
I have to be. I'm a married man.
All I've got in my head thinking of Rogar dancing is the David Brent.
Yeah.
I saw the fuse Grandmaster Flash with some MC Hammer shit.
All of a sudden he's doing the Ninja Turtle dance.
Go ninja, go.
No,
Oh,
the
Will.
one in the 3rd movie where Michelangelo has like the lampshade on his head.
God. I will back out of the as soon as I can. I will back out of the dancing and just look onwards.
I'll follow her. On Rogar. I told you I'd beat you.
Yes,
Hey,
you did good.
maybe Glassstaff hexed you.
Oh my god.
Rogar, you haven't heard that name in the best part of 2 years.
Oscar, I think you probably did.
That explains it, doesn't it, Rogar?
Glaster.
So,
Nice.
He's
The night
blatantly
goes on.
dead now, isn't he?
as the night wears on and the festivities continue, and as it approaches midnight, the party it's happening, as the kids would say. As the party wears on, it does start to die
Would
down
they?
as it gets towards midnight. Obviously, it is midwinter. It is very cold, and as people do begin to slowly drift away, except those 2 drunk to walk, some of whom are carried home. And a lot of you, a little bit tipsy, start to, well, some of you more than a little bit tipsy, you start to stagger back up the hill towards Tresendar Manor.
I'm like, hey, Rogar, I think you gotta carry Rory up to his room.
I'm fine. I can walk. I've had enough people shoving me about. Thank you.
I just poke him in the back.
Ah!
Nah.
How dare you!
Look. There's a cupboard and it's full of coats
What? Where?
in here. Look at all the
Ooh.
coats.
But they both go in there
there's
and
so many
close it and
covers.
lock it.
So
What?
Fucking hell.
I would say, are you coming out of the closet? But
I attacked the door.
I just head off towards my room.
I go to my room after I locked it on him.
as you are all kind of milling into the entrance lobby, Rogar investigating the cupboard, and you guys kind of begin to say goodnights as you're about to head off to your various rooms. You hear a familiar voice call out, a voice you haven't heard in quite a long time.
Uh-oh.
Wow, it's a nice place you've got here.
Oh, fucking hell.
Motherfucker!
Godric eyes wide, like.
Spinning around, you see a familiar goblin sat idly on your banister. He's got in his hands, he's got several silver spoons that he's just kind of looking at, examining, turning over. Oh, good evening. It's good to see you again.
And
Yes,
Godric's hand is hovering over his hammer.
Now, keep your weapons away. I'm not here to fight.
You owe me.
If I was here to fight, do you think I'd go to all the trouble of sneaking in just to announce myself to you like this?
I believe you owe us some gold, little shit.
Oh, that's right. I'll go around and I'll hold out 3 gold to him.
No, he owes
just so
us
you don't have to
gold.
steal it. Here, you can just have it.
He looks at you all kind of amused. I must say, I have no idea of what you are talking about. He has a little grin, a sparkle in his eye.
Really? So all 6 of us simultaneously lose exactly 3 gold, and you just have no clue how that happened?
People can be very clumsy, especially when they're going traipsing through the woods. Their minds on other things, like all this wonderful, useful information their goblin friends just told them about hobgoblins they're off to fight, you know? Stuff happens.
What do you want then, you little shit?
Well, firstly and foremostly, my boss gives his regards and his thanks for how you dealt with them cragmores. Grow was getting far too big for his boots, ideas above his station, that sort of thing. Having him come to any sort of power would have meant bad news for me and mine. All these human lords, you see, they leave us be for the most part. As long as we don't trouble them, they don't come poking around looking for us. Everyone's happy. But an hobgoblin king, different story entirely. He'd have made a point of coming to root us out, make no mistake. Absolute dominion and all that. They got some notion, built in as it were, of having to lord over us lesser goblinoids. Can't say we fancy being slaves, you know. Unfortunately, seems like it's a bit of a fire to frying pan situation, if you follow my meaning. That's why I'm here. Got a bigger problem now. Safe to say it's as big of one for you as it is for us. Possibly bigger. Kind of gets distracted by the spoons again. He puts one in his pocket.
So who is your boss exactly?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Sure,
well, actually, I'm very worried. That's my thing. I worry. Is he another goblin? Is he a hobgoblin?
Yeah, he's a goblin. He represents a group of concerned, shall we say, ostracised peoples. He keeps us safe. He keeps us out of the way of harm.
He must be a very powerful.
You could say that, yeah. But it's in our interests to make sure that this region is fairly stable. Makes it easier for us to stay under the radar, you know?
So what's the issue then?
Well, there's this orc. Big, hulking motherfucker. Big as an ogre. Right fierce bastard. He's savage, he's cunning, and worst of all, he's ambitious. Now, fucking years ago, he was going around the Eyemores, absorbing all these other tribes, killing the chiefs, and those that wouldn't stand down, and whoever's left over, he makes them his bitch. Word is he's been at it a long time, and I can believe it, because he's got a small army of bitches under him. But there's more. Like I said, he's been at it for years. No one really paid him no never mind. Till now. See, from what I've been able to ascertain with my superb skills, For the last couple of decades, he's been holed up in Imor, and ain't no one cares about what's lurking in that monster-infested scrubland. Occasional raiding party comes out, causes mischief of one kind or another, and then back they go. Except now he's got his little warbands spreading out all over the land, from the Sword Coast to as far east as Shembia, ranging as far south as the Cloud Peaks and as far north as here. Matter of fact, one of these little warbands is currently camped out, not too far from here, at a place called Wyvern Tor.
This orc. What's his name?
I do know his name, as it happens. He's called Garak, except now he styles himself a king, so he goes by Cal Garak.
Grishnak just sort of, the colour sort of like fades from his face.
Oh, friend
Sort
of
like
yours,
looks
is
down.
he?
We've got history.
Well then, you'll know that you probably don't want to be getting no ideas about going straight after him on his own turf. Seems pretty smart for an orc. No offence. And I doubt he'll have sent out more warriors than he's keeping by him, which means he's probably got a couple thousand at least hanging around him back in Imor. You look tough, but you ain't that tough. Do yourself a
Oh, don't
favour.
tell him that.
Keep your head on your shoulders. That's not why I'm here. It's this other bunch, this little warband. That's what I came to tell you about. You seem to be, well, running the show around here at the moment, eh?
I don't run fuck all.
Yeah, he looks.
I just got here.
I was talking more to your scaly friend.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
he does run the show.
Keep talking, goblin.
Well, this lot, they've been indulging themselves. You know that little village to the east? The one near the woods?
Coneyberry.
Yeah, that's the one. Well,
What about it?
let's just say it ain't anymore.
What?
Excuse me?
Well, you can go see for yourselves if you don't believe me. But if you had
You
any
best-
fondness for the village or the people who live there, it might be best if you steer clear.
Insight?
Go
No.
for it.
Just gonna glance at Rogar and be like, we need to get going now.
Seems a bit like he's been very open and honest with you.
Fuck me.
Rogar, we need to move now.
I'll warn ya, it ain't pretty.
Let's stomp.
You could have
Off.
gotten to the point sooner, I say to the goblin.
Do you think it
Gutrix
would've
is
made
running
any
down.
fucking difference? I ain't come here telling you, oh, these orcs, they're about to attack the village. Nah, mate. It's already happened.
You know, mate.
Fuck!
Look,
And
I
Grishnak just
just
runs
figured
upstairs.
you might want to know. Figured you might want to go pay him a visit since this land's now your responsibility. Clear him out.
Has anything happened in the forest?
In the
Near the
forest.
city? Near the town? Near Coneyberry?
I mean, in what sense?
There's,
Like,
you say the village
is
is no more.
near- Yeah, basically.
Okay, no, that's fine. Thank you for the information, and I didn't get rid.
He's kind of sat there bemused while you're all kind of dashing about. Kind of looks to you, Cal. If you happen to learn anything about why their boss has suddenly changed his tact, there's many across the land who'd be interested in that kind of information. I know my governor certainly would.
I will be. We'll be sure to be in touch.
Counting my coins in my coin pouch.
Have you? How do we contact you if we find anything out?
I'll be in touch. Stay lucky. He kind of gets up, runs up the banister up to the upper floor.
I'm like, are those our spoons?
Grishnak comes down past
Oh.
him, and I've got a giant
Do we have
spear
spoons?
in my hands.
Grishnak, you pass a blur going past you that reaches the upper landing, sprints down it, and then straight out the window at the end.
At this point, Grishnak doesn't care. He just walks down. It's ready.
I'm like,
Any of you coming with me then?
We're all coming.
10
It takes
minutes,
about 10 minutes, yeah.
10 minutes.
close the
10 minutes.
window.
Everyone take 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, can we take a literal 10 minutes? Because I really need to pee.
Yeah, same.
Go on, yeah.
Guys, figure out what you're taking. Make sure you've got all your stuff.
Close the window.
Planning. Remember, it was about... Oh, what was it? 4 days? 5 days to get to
What the-
Coneyberry?
Should we sleep? It is late, isn't it?
No.
Well, it's gonna take
Yeah,
the
you're
wagon
looking
a
at
few
pretty
hours
much
to get
5
to the
days
village.
spot on.
We're looking at what?
So yeah, quick pee.
5 days.
Yeah. And I was like, we can sleep in turns in the wagon.
I'm like, we don't have food for this. We have to get food for the trip.
They're not in the kitchen.
Is it
I
going
mean, I
to
assume we got those
5
spoons
days?
from a kitchen. I don't know.
Can we grab any of the leftover carcass from the village?
I'd say it'd
like-
probably be best if we take the mounts, if anyone, and get a couple of horses from the village. So the three
It's
dwarf
late.
brothers have giant goats. Yeah, but literally, if Rogar can mobilize as well, the Talon, just in case, because if they're there at Coneyberry, they're highly likely Phandalin's on the list next. And I'll also send another message to Gundren to inform him probably. So I need to actually write that down, because an orc warband who's just burned an entire village is very, very dangerous.
Fuck's sake. Gotrek,
I
did you make my shoulder pads? Can I
go in
have
the
them,
workshop, run back down. Here. And
Oh,
as
yeah.
you notice as well, looking at Gotrek, his armor is vastly different.
Okay, I'm back.
Nice.
It's interlocking plate. He's got a beard protector over his beard. Literally, it's plated metal over his beard.
Inspired by me.
That was the plan. Maybe slightly. Maybe. But yeah, it's all like heavy armor plates. I've been
Nice.
working on some drawings. I will show
Stealthy as
everyone
ever.
later. I stealth. I am.
I'll get pass without a trace ready, shall I?
I'm gonna take my shield out, my hammer. Right. Is Rogar
So
back yet?
many spells.
Yes, Django. I would like to sending again to cancel the wagon instead, and to inform Gundren that Orc Warband close. Recommend sealing the mine.
Yep.
Temporarily.
Okay, so you send a message, you get a few seconds later, you get a response back. Oh, bloody hell. All right, I'll see to the guards immediately. We'll get the gates shut and barred. You let us know when danger's past, yes? I'm not having a bloody repeat of all that nonsense 500 years ago.
What level is sending? Is it 3rd level?
Yes.
It's third level.
Yeah, I've used it both, so I can't respond. It's like, shit.
Cool. Just assume yes.
Just assume yes.
Now, actually, it depends if you've got the
Okay, Django, I have to ask you a really uncomfortable question.
Okay, yeah.
Does an unconscious creature count as willing?
Oh,
3 no's mean a yes.
oh, that is very doggy territory.
You know what? I'm not sure if I'd say I think an unconscious creature probably counts as an
Mechanically.
object. That sounds really horrible, but I think unconscious counts as
I
an
know.
object.
Okay, cool.
What are you planning?
No, I'm just looking at reading my spells, just preparing ideas. You know?
Oh, and Gotrek?
Yes.
Did you make Oscar a new set of armor or something?
No, you didn't ask for one.
Hmm.
Because breastplate's the best one you can get if you still want to
Well-
be deck space.
Minus magic.
Breastplate's the best plate.
He wants magic armor, he's your brother, Gotrek. God.
Oh, for God's sake. I only had 2 years and 3 months, okay? I made myself a magical suit of armor. I made myself a magical hammer. I made you an axe, which was trying to be magical but didn't. I'm sorry. I made loads of other stuff. I made the wagon, man.
I just look at Oscar.
Another day I've had enough.
Tapping my axe. Mine's magic.
Favoritism.
Oh, Godric, I do need to tell you
run away
something.
from fights.
I look at him and I just run my hand through my beard.
Savage.
Don't say
And
anything.
I just mumble under my breath, motherfucker will wake up one day and I had a fucking beard, I'll set his fucking face on fire.
Hi, Rory, what did you want to talk about?
It might not be the best time, but I just need to let you know. So you know Lightbringer,
Aye.
the Church of Lathander is actually in Waterdeep. I did return it to them. I hope that's okay.
Aye, that's fine. I don't mind. Just
Was there a reward?
that sword that you wanted. I still haven't done the thing to make it flashy with the undead.
Oh no, that's completely fine. No, don't worry about that. That's completely fine.
I kind of wanted the mace as a comparison to see if I could make it as strong or better, but that's all right. I'll
Well,
go
I
in
mean,
blind.
if we're ever in Waterdeep, I'm sure they would lend it to us.
Aye, maybe.
But to be fair, there wasn't a reward, but what they did offer was so much more valuable. They helped me start to heal the field ward in Waterdeep. They helped me feed the homeless. They've volunteered their time, their strength. It's been amazing.
Are you trying to convert me?
No.
Okay, right. It just sounded like a conversion pitch, but
No. Oh. No, you've got your gods. That's completely fine. I respect that.
Besides, now is not the time.
I pat Rory
Of
on
course,
the
yes.
back and I say, "Well, we should
Gonna head out the
probably-
front, and I'm gonna
It's after midnight. Shouldn't we head out in the morning?"
wolf whistle and whistle for Sif to gallop along.
Okay.
I don't have Sif.
No, I haven't finished putting together tokens for that yet.
That's
Here,
fine.
Fluffy.
Busy. There's been lots to do.
Yes, that is.
Are you just calling Sif, or are you calling all of them?
I'm calling the others. I'm calling the boars as well because I think the boars because they haven't been attached to the wagon
Do you
yet.
have a white horse?
No, I have a black
I
goat.
mean, if you haven't brought haven't yoked the boars up yet, then no, they would be available.
No.
Okay.
I'm just
so
gonna
you're
then
calling-
like kind of a.
Okay.
I get on my giant goat
Give me 1 second.
named Fluffy.
So you do all
Such
look
a
as Oscar whistles. Sorry, as Gotrek whistles, and 3 giant goats and 2 giant bulls.
Oh my god.
After about half a minute, come lumbering around. Well, the goats run, the boars lumber.
Oh, they're so cute.
The one at the front does come up and bow its head before you, Gotrek.
Oh, come here! I'm just gonna hug it. Like, oh,
Oh,
this one's mine. This one's called Sif. Say hello.
I go to the middle one, give it a hug, pet the fluffy fur, and then get on top of it.
I did actually have some good names for the boars. I basically named them after the twin ravens of Odin.
Okay.
oh
So
nice.
I can't remember what they were called. 1 second.
So, like, is one of us sharing a goat or what?
Well,
No, you
I think-
and Rogar are sharing a.
Yeah.
A boar.
I come out the doors and I tap Rory on the shoulder. I'm like, "Come with me this way."
Okay.
And I just go over to the bushes.
Okay.
Let's make
Wow.
out. No.
This is
Yeah.
not the time.
Kiss me,
Um,
you fool.
I say to Roy, I was like, "I need to do something. I need 10 minutes. If
Okay.
I can get us there quickly,
Oh,
will you come with me? They can catch up.
of course, yes.
Okay. Stay watch."
Okay.
And I just look off into the distance and start praying, I guess.
So essentially, yeah, essentially.
Yeah,
Okay, so
like 10
Beam
minutes.
me up, Lendis.
Rory, while you're kind of waiting, like in anticipation of whatever it is Rogar's doing, Gortrek, you and the others are beginning to prepare the goats, like saddle them up and make sure they've got feed bags, etc., all of that. And after a few minutes, just as you're almost ready to go, the sky is suddenly split with this kind of ear-piercing shriek. And you look up, and you can see it's a clear night, you can see in the moonlight, you can see this kind of silver shape darting down towards you. It gets closer. It's almost, for a second...
Is that bad?
You think there's a dragon approaching.
Oh, pull the hammer out.
It's smaller. It's not big enough. And it doesn't have the forelegs that the dragon has. It's just got the two hind legs, and then it's just got wings. And it lands on the grass before Rogar.
Rogar, is that bad or good? Because I'm gonna hit it otherwise.
It's fine.
It's a blue-eyes white dragon.
I'm gonna stow the hammer away. Okay.
Tyraxis looks to you. You called?
You're taking me and my friend to Coneyberry. There's been an incident. Quickly as possible, please.
I go where you command. I don't know where Coneyberry is.
I will take us. I will navigate. I turn to the rest of them. It's like, I just say, we will go ahead. We will get there quicker.
Be safe and mount up.
Take the main road. I will double back. And
Don't do anything stupid.
We won't. I jump on and I'll reach out an arm out to Rory.
If you're going to kiss, wait until after we get there first.
Oscar, while I'm gone, please do shut the fuck up.
I pull Rory on at that point and I'm like, well said.
With a beat of his wings, Tyraxis lifts head up and takes off, flying up into the night, waiting for you to give him the... Oh, Rory fell off. As he gets ready to... awaiting your instruction.
Krishna's happy to have a board.
I just say to Rory, I'm just like, hold on to something, and I tell it telepathically.
Yep.
Which way?
Give him his bearing. It's roughly...
Coneyberry home!
Where you are. His fly speed is... Oh, yeah, he's got a decent fly speed. Okay. So he takes off. A bolt in the night. A silver arrow darting through the sky in the direction of Coneyberry.
So, where did you find this handsome fellow?
It's a long story. I'll tell you about it another time.
Okay.
Just hold on.
So Gortrek, as you watch as they fly away, it's like, huh. Well, we're not going to need both balls then.
I feel a bit anticlimactic with that. Sorry, fellas. Well, Grishnak, would you prefer to have your own, or would you prefer to ride with one of us?
I'll take one of the bowls.
All right, that's fine. Which one do you want?
The female or the male?
You want Hoodgin or Moonin?
Mooning.
Okay, you'll take
Nice.
Moonin. Right,
That's
we're just gonna herd Hugin away. Like, right,
Oh,
back. Sorry, maybe next time. Next time. What?
You can kind of... It's difficult for a boar to shrug, but it just kind of, yeah, whatever, and just goes back to... just immediately turns and starts munching on the foliage of one of the bushes next to him.
Right, that's a good boy. Right, let's go.
Okay.
So, jumping on the back of Butthead, we say, "Get away, Butthead!"
Of course.
No, you really didn't call it Butthead, did you? No.
Soft, Fluffy, and Butthead.
He butted my head last time I met him.
Trek's mind that maybe, just maybe next time, he should name them before gifting them to his brothers.
Fuck's sake.
I purposely named mine Fluffy to annoy God.
Oh, it's just... Oh. No
What?
words.
He's a goat. He butts. What's your problem? As he's riding away.
It's a fucking shambles.
this map is
Yeah.
beautiful.
It is pretty lovely, isn't it?
I'm
Slightly
just
higher
gonna-
scale in the previous one from the last module. But yeah, so Fandolin
There are no
about here. Because it's a bit larger scale, obviously it hasn't got the place that you're either leaving from or going to on it. But yeah, Fandolin's about here.
Oh, I can see my house from here.
You can. And Coney, do you remember to be about here. So, because you guys like to make it awkward for me and travel in 2 separate groups.
Sorry.
That
Sorry,
wasn't my
everyone.
fault. I was planning for one singular group.
It's okay. So, it just means that you guys are going to hear the description and then have to imagine having it for yourselves when you actually arrive there. About 2.5 days after Rhaegar and Rory do. So,
2.5 days.
yeah.
Wouldn't it be better for
Sorry.
Rogar to just keep like nipping back and picking the numbers up?
Well, I think he would go there. I think his plan is to go there and assess and then double back. And
The advantage that Rogar has is that you guys you're able to make slightly better travel. So I'd say, it takes you maybe not 2.5 days. I'd say about a day and a half. But Rogar has the advantage of he doesn't need to stop and rest his mount.
True.
It is not. It's not a corporeal. Oh, it's a corporeal being. It's not a flesh and blood creature, as it were. It doesn't need to sleep. It doesn't need to eat.
Oh, cool.
Whereas you do need to rest your goats and the boar. So you take off after, as making as much haste as you can, but we will, for the moment, go to Rogar and Rory as you travel. It's. Rogar, are you going to try and him flying like solid for the whole? Are you going to stop and try and sleep yourself, or are you just going?
I'm gonna go through. I'm just gonna keep going. If Rory wants to try and sleep on me, then he's welcome to. Like imagine it like it's a motorbike and it's just like it occasionally slapping face against armor. Like, oh, this isn't comfortable.
Okay. I just need to check the rules on exhaustion real quick.
Ah, good. Yes. So since we have like 2 days in the sky, you can tell me everything.
Okay.
Fanfic.
God damn. So I'm just going to see like amount of how much exhaustion you stack for not resting.
It's 1 per day you don't rest.
That sounds right. The page I'm looking at the moment is not being clear on it, but no, that sounds right. Okay, so yeah, Rogar, if you're going without sleep, you will accrue 2 levels of exhaustion, which will give you disadvantage on ability checks, and it will halve your own movement speed.
Okay.
Rory, are you going to try and sleep?
Yeah?
Yeah. It's rough and it's uncomfortable, but you do manage.
Is there no
Nice to
saving
sleep on the
throw
floor.
involved?
For you?
Oh, maybe there is in exhaustion.
No, there isn't. It's just if you haven't slept.
Oh, okay.
Cumulative.
I think other effects, like if it was like an effect from a monster, or if it was
Or
due
due to weather.
environmental hazards, yep, like weather, there is a save. If you're just no, I'm not sleeping, then you just accrue it.
Cool.
And it's pretty. While you're not physically moving yourself, it's. If you've ever ridden a motorbike, it's that it's kind of fatiguing getting that constant wind in your face. You're very high up. You're okay. Your draconic ancestry kind of protects you from the worst of it. Rory, it's fucking cold up here.
Oh, my hair's a mess.
Your hair is a mess. It is mostly blown back though. You've got that.
Oh, like
windswept look,
kind of glamorously.
but it's cold. You manage to sleep, but it is unpleasant. It is barely enough to stop you from being exhausted yourself.
And at least you put something warmer on.
Yeah, there is that.
So, yeah, Rory, was there anything you wanted to cover with Rogar on the 2 days that you're out flying? About
Nope. Silence.
400 feet up. Just flying. Okay.
Dead silence.
Dead silence.
We're like, so you read any good books lately, or?
What? It's very loud.
Have you read any good books lately?
No, I don't really like fishing hooks.
After about an hour of this, Rory,
Yeah,
you
we won't
give
talk.
up. kind of. It's an arduous 2 days.
I try and light some incense and I just drop it.
So there goes an incense. Mark off an incense stick.
I will do. I've got 4 now.
Okay. So after a couple of days, on the morning of the second day, before you're even within a mile of Coneyberry, you can see the plumes of smoke rising. They're made stark against the misty grey morning sky. A light rain begins to fall, and you draw closer still. The smell of burning hits you. As you get close and begin to descend, you're met with a sight of devastating carnage. Not a single building remains standing. Embers still smoulder in the ruins. Moving among them, as you land, the rain begins to hammer down. As you reach the crossroads at the centre of the small settlement, though you had feared the worst, little could have prepared you for the sight that greets you. A cluster of several dozen stakes are thrust into the ground, radiating out from a central point, kind of like a macabre, evil flower. Atop each one is a head. Some you recognise. Many are too badly bloodied, gashed open, or crushed by heavy blows to be barely human. But amongst them you see Walhart, Muriel, Randolph, Bartray. You think one may be Hans, the timid and kindly priest, but if that is him, whoever it was, they did not seem to have died painfully. Not far from him, Diane, the huntress whose words sent you off hunting that necromancer over 2 years ago. Looking down at the ground around the stakes are parts. Bits of arm, a leg, most of which could only just be described as flesh. Not just the adults. Many children have had their bodies desecrated and their heads displayed. Coneyberry hasn't just been destroyed. This is a massacre. Those responsible have left a gruesome display.
I try and find the little girl that me and Oscar spoke to.
Yeah. Are you looking as well, Rory?
Yeah.
Investigation check. You search for quite a while. You don't find anything that's conclusively her. Some of the children's faces, they're either badly bloodied, mangled, or burned, but the search is inconclusive.
I need to go into the forest. If Agatha's still, she'll know what happened.
Okay.
Are you
coming?
Road?
Yeah.
You can stay if you want. You don't have to come.
I'll stay.
Okay.
I'll
See you
try
soon.
and yeah. Be safe.
You went a little robot through there, Rogar. Did you say you're staying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be safe.
As we arrive, they're both dead.
So Rory, you begin the walk up the northern road. It takes you a few hours, but you soon find yourself back amongst the elven ruins. Well, not that deep into the woods, but overgrown with trees and shrubs. And you find your way back to that shell of a tower That was where you met Agatha.
Agatha, it's Rory. I'm sorry I've been gone so long. Are you here?
For a moment, there's nothing. And the air begins to chill. When at the corner of your eye you catch movement. A pale shape drifts out of the trees. The ghoulish, undead face racked with sorrow. Rory.
Agatha. What's happened?
It was too much, Rory. I could not stop them. They were many. They seemed to have knowledge of me. They were prepared.
Who were they?
Raiders, orcs mostly. A large ogre amongst them. I tried to strike them down. The shaman was ready. I had to retreat. I had to protect what I could.
I'm sorry I wasn't here.
None more so than I.
I'll find them. Do you know where they went?
The raiders.
The raiders and the ogre.
South. South into the mountains. Beyond my sight. Normally I could
find
them, but I am weakened and I must devote my strength to keeping up the wards.
No worries. Me and my friends can find him. We're already on the way to find him, actually. I'll make him pay for what he's done here.
She kind of looks back towards her tower, sorrowful. Vengeance will not give them back. Connieberry is no more.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
He looks up to you as you leave. Will you take her?
Who?
Life with a spirit in the forest is no life at all for a young girl.
Yes.
She kind of drifts back into the ruin of the tower. You follow?
Yes.
As you walk in, you see amongst the various clutter of Agatha's past life, you see a small girl sat on the floor, kind of amusing herself with the various trinkets. And looks up as you enter. It's Abigail.
Abigail. Oh my God. You're okay. Oh joy.
She kind of looks a bit quizzically at you at first. I mean, she looks noticeably older. Obviously, she's gone from being barely 3 years old to about 5 now. Every year makes a difference to that age. She does look at you quizzically at first.
Do you remember me? My name's Rory.
Oh, the adventurers.
That's right.
Big scaly friend.
Yes, Brogar. He's here.
Is he now?
He's down out of the woods a bit. I left him off. We can get him. We'll get you to safe. We'll take you away. Are you alright? Are you hurt?
No, they came pouring out of the hills from the south. Daddy said run. He said run to Agatha. So I did. She starts to, tears well up in her eyes, she begins to cry. He said, not to look back.
Very brave girl, Abigail.
He told me not to look back, but I did. They're all gone, aren't they?
They have moved on to the next plane. But
she begins to cry in earnest now. Agatha kind of looms above her. You can see Agatha looks kind of distressed, concerned, almost like she wants to reach out and comfort, but knows that she can't. Kind of looks up to you. Please, give her back some semblance of life.
of course. Yep. I'll pick up Abigail if she'll let me.
Yeah, she doesn't resist.
Cool. While Agatha isn't looking, can I leave the music box
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
the side?
Oh, you're trying to do it stealthily?
Yeah, I don't want her to see me leaving it.
Yeah, do a little sleight of hand. Okay. As you pick up Abigail and wrap her in your arms, she buries her head in your chest, and Agatha turns and starts to drift over towards one of the ravaged tables and the shattered remains of a mirror. You just manage to quickly and quietly just place the music box down amongst some of the clutter. She half turns as you prepare to leave. I am sorry. I had hoped to see you again, but not like this.
Don't be sorry. Glad that I'm here, and I'm glad that I can help. I'll come back. We don't have to. I'll see you soon.
Rory, don't let this happen anywhere else.
Never again.
She kind of waves you away.
Come on, Abigail. Let's go. Stop walking out the forest.
You start walking out after about half an hour. Abigail does seem to stop crying. But then as you get in sight of Coneyberry again, and clouds of smoke hanging over it, she looks up and sees ahead. She begins wailing again, louder this time.
It's alright. Can I see Rogar from far away?
Well, it depends, Rogar, what have you been...
He's tried to grab like a shovel or something, but he's kind of got stuck. He's just kind of stood there, just looking at the bodies.
Yeah, you can see Rogar just like kind of stood there. The macabre displays still in place.
Cool. I'd like to go within 120 feet.
Yep.
And I would like to use message.
Yep, absolutely.
And I say, I've got Abigail. Meet us back on the trail.
So Rory, these words come into your head. You hear Rory's voice speaking in your mind. You kind of look up suddenly and look up the north path, and you can see 120 feet away. You can see Rory stood there holding a bundle in his arms.
I start running. I drop whatever I've got and just run.
Yeah, you had you'd tried to put together like a makeshift shovel out of like a bit of burnt, broken timber and a bit of like roofing slate that you'd found. And kind of halfway through putting it together, as soon as you drop it, it just falls back apart again. You run up to Rory. The young Abigail cradled in his arms.
Abigail, are you alright? Is she okay? Rory, what's
She's
up?
fine. She's fine.
She just keeps sobbing.
Obviously, to be expected, but she's healthy.
I try and rip/take off my cloak and just kind of wrap her up in it, put it around both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can do that, you'll probably need new coke. You're quite hasty in taking it off, and
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
That's fine.
We
should.
we have to. Yes, we
Yes.
need to. Yeah. Abigail, do you remember me?
she kind of looks up at you, kind of blinks her eyes, wipes them to that. scaly man.
Yes, it's a scaly man. I have a friend I want to introduce you to. He's very friendly, and he's going to help us get back to Phandalin. Would you like to meet him?
Kind of looks uncertain. Kind of nods. Like,
He's very nice, believe me. And I whistle for Taraxis.
Traxxas he'd wandered off a little bit to poke his head around some of the ruins. Kind of hearing you, kind of beats his wings and lazily flies over, landing. She kind of pulls into your chest a little bit tighter. Rory is this large silver wyvern. Lands next to you.
It's okay. It's okay. He's friendly. His name is Taraxis.
Kind of reaches his head out, kind of head neck low. Kind of reaches up towards his head up towards Abigail. Kind of tentatively reaches out and kind of like just ever so slightly just boops him on the snoot. Kind of turns his head at her and looks at you. This one is very small.
She is very small, and we are going to protect her. We're going to take her back to Phandalin now. We shall
Keep an eye out for some goats and a boar.
Well, maybe we should ride along the trail rather than fly. Is that possible, Taraxis?
I can fly low.
Then let's fly low and fly gently.
Very well. You are the boss. Lowers his wings down and letting you climb on.
I also give him a boop on the snoot.
Recoils slightly, not looking annoyed, just looking a bit like, what the fuck was that?
You are very handsome, my friend. I just want you to know.
He kind of looks back at you. This one has a honeyed tongue.
He's nice. Leave him be.
I do speak Draconic. I can understand what you're saying.
You can't, actually. He's not speaking out loud.
Oh, really? Cool. That's actually cooler.
You just see the looks passing between the two of them.
Ah, yes.
So you mount up onto Taraxis, and he kind of lopes up and lazily begins flying out back towards the trail. He gets impression from you that you want to avoid flying back directly over the village. Kind of circles around back onto the trail.
Yeah.
You fly for the best part of a day. As night's beginning to fall, you do spot, just on the distance, some campfires. A campfire, rather, at the side of the trail. And approaching, you see Gortrek, Cal, Grishnak, Oscar as they're sat around the campfire.
I'll just come in for a landing as close as possible.
Yeah. So you do kind of suddenly alert as you hear the beating of wings, looking up and then recognizing the shape that you'd seen before. Leaning across its back as it lands.
Hail!
Godric's just gonna kind of run up. I was like, what happened? Come on,
It's
details.
bad.
Have you still got Abigail? You've still got Abigail then.
I've got Abigail, yeah, I've got Abigail.
You deal with the girl. Roga, come with me. Details. I need details. What happened?
I go show Abigail one of the goats.
They it's a slaughter. They're all dead. Men, women. And I don't know if Dragonborn can cry, but
you know, I'm not
there's
entirely
like
sure.
there's like a moment of like there's like a moment of pause and quivering lips before he's like,
Aye.
Children.
I'm just gonna
Children.
hand on chest light. It's okay.
There were slaughters displayed. Heads on sticks.
Wait, what? How? Like any details? Clan emblems?
I should have
Anything?
told you not to.
I didn't see. I tried to bury them. I tried to do something. I tried. Godric, I tried.
You did your best, friend. And Godric's going to walk over to his goat mount up, and he's going to just bolt in the way of Coneyberry.
Okay.
Gotrek! It was him. It was the ogre. Be careful.
He's just bolting. Too far. Double dash.
That's fine. Just gonna just a shout in the distance. Be careful.
Okay.
I will!
Don't tell me what to do.
Stay with Rogar.
Okay,
we'll the others at the
Mom.
camp for the moment, but we'll move to you in a second, Gotrek. So
I think
everyone else
it's-
at camp.
Grishnak's looking over at Abigail, and we sort of put two and two together as to why she's the only person there. And he's just thinking about obviously what's happened to him that's similar.
In fact, Grishnak, as Abigail looks up and notices you, she lets out a scream and starts kind of fighting at your chest, Rory, to kind of...
Oh, no, he's okay. No, he's not. He's not. He's half human. He's not a... He's okay, I promise. Krishnak, evidently it was, orcs that did this.
As I look at her, from my hands, like shower of sparks come, a puff of wind, some faint musical notes from prestidigitation as I'm just trying to entertain her.
Oh, that's nice.
It takes a little while, but as she has to, eventually has to stop, take a breath, and you're able to eventually distract her and calm her somewhat.
Yeah, we just sleep in my hut every night, so it's safe.
What should we do? Should we wait for Gotrek to get back, or should we go to Fandel?
I can take Abigail back to Fandolin.
No, you need to get a night's sleep. Shit, my...
If you guys
that is
want
a point,
to,
actually.
if you guys want to get a night's sleep, I'll go after Gotrek.
Okay, so Cal, if you back Gotrek up, Rogar, you sleep, and then in the morning take her back. The rest of us can travel on the goats and the whatever.
I have to stay here because the hut.
Yes, of course. Does that sound like a good idea?
No, she needs to get back. She's not safe on the road.
You need to sleep. She's as safe as anywhere as she is with us.
She's safe in this hut until gone.
Yes, Oscar's fancy tiny spell. It's amazing.
Oscar does. He keeps referencing this hut and kind of gesturing, and you're not sure what he's pointing to, Rogar.
There's no huts. What you talking about?
I'm like, you're in it.
Huh? What does it look like? What is it?
Cal, I'll come with you.
Thanks, Grishnak.
Split the party. Split the party.
That blends in with the surroundings.
You do notice, Rogar, as you look around after Oscar points out that you're inside, you kind of look and squint, and you can see there's like this kind of fuzziness between you and the landscape around the hut. And there's this ever so slightly kind of barely noticeable, almost like prismatic dome around you.
Oh.
We'll be safe here.
Yes. It's good for another 7.5 hours. Now get some sleep.
Yeah.
Marvelous idea.
Rockabye a Rogar.
I'll talk to Traxxas and I'll just say, can you keep watch above?
Traxxas just kind of shrugs, takes off. You see him start to fly this wide circle around the hut, high up.
Thank you.
So, Callie, are you going after Gotrek?
So, yep, I'm going after Gotrek.
Okay.
Is Grishnak and
Yeah,
Grishnak's coming with me.
I'm going to follow.
And I'll stay and make sure Rogar goes the fuck to sleep.
Okay. So Oscar, staying to maintain.
I'll
the hut.
entertain the child.
She doesn't take long before exhaustion takes her. Rogar, you're not far behind. Rory and Oscar, you kind of watch over them before getting some sleep yourself. Cal, Grishnak, you ride hard. You do. It takes you a little while. Gortrek's riding pretty damn hard himself. You do eventually catch up with him. And over the next day of travel, as you kind of travel in this tense, not necessarily outright silence, but there's little jovial conversation to be had. So you're focusing on what awaits you. And eventually you do. After a day of travel, you arrive at Coneybury yourself and are greeted by that same sight. Gotrek, you haven't seen something quite like this since you found Velena.
Godric's going to take off his helmet, drop it.
Is on a whole nother level.
Oh. Not again.
At a rough count, there's about 60 or so stakes.
Oh, shit. Gotric's going to look around for clans, anything to signal, anything, kind of just looking, glancing, anything.
You're looking for like signs of who did this?
Yeah, orc tribe signs or anything.
You can do an investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah, boy.
Me.
I mean, you find many footprints.
Okay.
Gives you the impression that there was possibly a couple dozen that attacked. Most of the footprints are kind of what you'd expect, large orc footprints. Not much variation in size. One set of footprints are enormous.
Huge.
Absolutely enormous.
Godric's going to go to...
giant, but definitely an ogre was here.
Can we track them?
Yeah, they're clear enough. Do a
Godric's...
survival check. Yeah, it's quite easy for you to, as you look around, pick up the trail as it does indeed, as the goblin said, head south into the mountains. You remember that he told you that they'd gone to hold up at a place called Wyvern Tor to the south. It's not a place you're familiar with, but... Grishnak, as you are searching around and look through the tracks, you do see a discarded dagger. It's a rough dagger. It's kind of stone on, like, roughly forced into a wooden handle wrapped with hide. But there is a small mark on it that you recognise. It's the image of a sun gone dark. The Dead Sun warriors were a Highmoor tribe that you remember.
Just like pick up the dagger, just grit my teeth, like squeezing it in my hand. Not particularly trying to break it or anything like that, but just not even realizing that. Not even realizing that it's like cutting my palm as I squeeze it so tightly.
Gotric's going to go to where the largest concentration of staves are. He's just going to stare at it for a minute and kind of drop down to his knees.
It's quite intense. They're all gathered together in like this cluster that spreads outwards in like a circle. The ones in the centre more upright, and as they go out there, more and more at an angle, kind of slanting diagonally.
I hope I'd never see a sight like this again. Oh. Is anyone nearby?
Depends, Cal, Grishnak. I mean, have you come back to... You stay close to Gotrek?
Yeah, I'm just nearby, just still looking at the dagger.
Okay. Under his breath. I don't know how do you want to do it, but Gotrek says something. I don't know if, what needs to be done to see if you guys can hear it.
Do you want to say something like?
Kind of like whisper kind of thing, like on for the wind only kind of thing.
Okay. I mean, you can up here if there is like a command you can do, and you can send it in text so that it gets seen.
I don't mind.
Yeah, you just go /W, the name of the person you want to send it to.
Well, it depends who's closer.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I understand.
So it's like,
Cal, are you stood near your brother?
I guess I'm just following him around, looking at the desecration.
okay, so you hear Gotrek while he's on his knees say the name of Alana. I'm sorry. So sorry. Oh. And if like gets up and kind of wipes his eye. Oh, brother, there's a story I need to tell you, and I don't think I should, but probably for a later time. Get back to the others. But first, let's see if we can bury some of these people.
I know it's insensitive, but would it be better to give them a cremation?
Aye, it probably would.
Looking at the site before you, there are no, not that you can see, there are no intact bodies. It seems that everyone here was not simply decapitated, but
Dismembered.
yeah, brutally butchered. All the heads on the stakes, the parts piled on the ground amongst the stakes. It would take quite some time to
Bury them all.
everything,
All right.
but
Start.
it is quite conveniently clustered from Cal's
Aye.
point of view.
Am I sensing like a little 5-foot ball of fire that he can just move with a bonus action?
Brother, start the fire.
If they're all
Krishna.
close together, I'll just walk over, place my hand on one of the timbers, and then cast Burning Hands.
Yeah. As you walk over to cover that.
In fact, I could just cast Sacred Flame, couldn't I? Because changes.
It's not
yeah.
flame.
Oh, but it is.
So
Is
as
it?
you kind of walk around the cluster, trying to like noting the various points where the wood and the bodies cluster together, and kind of focusing your mind as you begin to channel. There's a channel your deity that powers you. There's a flash. Suddenly your head is wreathed in coruscating, flaming hair, flaming beard all down your chest. And as you release from your hand, just gouts of flame, just here, there, just finding the spots.
Oh, I don't know. Should I post the picture that I've got now in the group chat, or should I just post it to Grishnak and they're the only ones that are there?
Entirely your prerogative, my friend.
Yeah, let's just go with this secretive post.
We'll see in time. As you, I'm going to go and pull it up now quickly. Just for the sake of the video.
Ooh.
So as you walk around, you take a few minutes. And by the time you're done, you've done like a full circuit, the fire's starting to catch, and you'll stand there in silence as it builds into a roaring inferno. For once, Cal, you feel no joy in this blaze.
Godric will say a prayer in Dwarven. May their souls rest in peace. May the Old Father guide them on their way.
And I think that's a good point to end this week's session. On a powerful dramatic note.
Woo!
Oh yeah. Fucking hell, lads.
Oh man, what are you doing to me, Jago?
Damn!
Welcome.
Ah, just
Heartstring.
gonna kill 60 NPCs. Ha ha ha.
Fuck,
Oh,
yeah, that was all.
Django says,
That
welcome
was
to
all a
level
bit Empire Strikes Back.
I made you like 'em.